Welcome to Studio Hockey. My name is Ernst Baert and I'm joined by my co-host in this podcast, Jaspreet Singh. Studio Hockey is all about domestic and international hockey, and together we make sure that we look at our game of hockey from both a European and a more Asian perspective. So Jaspreet, our guest for today is Michael Nobbs.
Hello, viewers. We are back and
Good morning,
have
Ellie.
former Australian Michael Nobbs as our guest for this episode of Studio Hockey. A little bit about Michael before I let him say the opening words. Michael represented Australia in the 1984 Olympics. Um, and the biggest highlight of his coaching career was a job with India, a high profile job as it is known in the hockey world, from 2011 to 2013. Um, and it was especially notable because he brought India back into the Olympics after they missed the Beijing Games. The Nobbs family not only has Michael as the international hockey player, they also have a family of hockey players. His wife Lee Capes was a member of the Australian team that won gold in the 1988 Seoul Olympics, and one of his daughters, Caitlin, she plays hockey and represented Australia in the Tokyo Olympics. Um, and Lee's Lee's cousin, not cousin, Lee's. I'm sorry, I'm just missing the word. Lee's uh, twin, Michelle. She
Sister.
is married uh, Michael's uh, uh, teammate of yesteryear's Mark Hager. So it's quite the hockey family. Uh, okay, enough of my stutters. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Thanks a lot, Jaspreet. Thanks, guys, for having me. Let's talk hockey.
Yeah, let's talk hockey. It's been a long time, Michael. Since 2013, we have been talking off and on our calls, basically on Facebook Messenger and all that. Tell us something. How is it going?
Well, look, it's going really well. I, as I said earlier to you guys, I follow my daughter around a lot now. I'm just the dad. I'm no longer involved at top level hockey coaching. She won't let me come anywhere near anybody.
Is that difficult?
And oh my God, it's difficult, especially when all of our friends are either running national teams or running associations. And as soon as you go and talk to someone, what are you talking to them about? Like at the evil stare. You're just a dad. You're just a dad. Don't get involved. Don't give them any coaching tips. So yeah, I'm basically I still do quite a bit of mentoring with coaches around the world, and I coach young players in skills development here, and some online coaching for skills development as well. But basically, if Caitlin's playing a game, I'm watching it live streaming, or I'll go and watch her play somewhere in the world, and have a thoroughly enjoyable time. And obviously talking to Jaspreet and a few of my Indian friends, there's always something going on in India which is catastrophic or calamitous, which is always so much fun to talk about.
We, we, we will come back to that. We have a lot to talk about that, Michael, from the days in India. But a special thing to add here, I must add that Michael remains a champion even off the field, having defeated cancer once. Unfortunately, there has been a relapse, but the heroic nature of his personality reflects that he made sure he appears on this podcast. And not even once he flinched and said that maybe or maybe not, but he was really sure about it that he wanted to do this. Knowing him over the years, this is because he doesn't want it to come in the way of what he loves, that is hockey, playing hockey, coaching hockey, talking hockey. That makes it even more special for studio hockey to talk to a warrior who puts up a fight no matter who the enemy is.
Mm.
Michael, hockey continues to motivate you even at the toughest of times, right?
Look, it does. What I've found, it's really interesting. There's a guy who played for Australia named Grant Schubert.
Yeah.
He's got a young daughter who's got a major disability, a motor neuron disease, and I just saw the other day that he put up a GoFundMe page to
Mm.
try and arrange to buy a car to to help get his daughter around and all the rest of it. So we all donated money to it, and he raised nearly $80,000 or $90,000, which was,
Wow.
like 60, 70,000 more than what he absolutely needed. But what I've often found in hockey is the fact that it's a real family.
Mm.
It doesn't matter whether all the people that I used to play against are all friends of mine. I mean, we used to battle the hell out of each other and try and kill each other on the hockey field. But as the years go by, we ring up and say, like, Tis Kraus, can I come and stay at your place? Or you just, or one of my good friends is a Dr. Christopher Reitz, who's a goalkeeper for Germany. So he's an orthopedic surgeon. He's a really good friend of mine, and we have dinner every second or third week. So the community side of our love of hockey, it doesn't matter whether you clean toilets or you're a neurosurgeon or whatever. We just have this passion for the game. We love watching. We can't play anymore. I mean, we all think we're 21, but we're old, fat and ugly. So we basically have an absolute love for the game.
Now, surely you're going to dribble past this phase, Michael, and we have no doubt about it that you're going to defeat it once again. But going back to your playing days, you rubbed shoulders with Australian greats like Rick Charlesworth, Terry Walsh. Interestingly, all three of you went on to coach India. What was the coincidence there, or did it strike you ever? Or did you guys ever talk about it? That how come we landed at one place?
Well, it was interesting. I grew up with the Indian background. All my coaches were Indian all the way through my youth, because there was a big migration in the 60s of a lot of Anglo-Indians coming to Perth to play hockey in a different lifestyle. So all of my coaches were Indians. So I learnt the Asian style of playing, which then helped Australia develop into it's kind of a mixture between Asia and Europe style hockey way we play. So Terry Walsh is Indian, background is Indian. I think his grandfather's Indian. And Rick Charlesworth, he's he's a really good friend of mine, but he's such a serial pest. He's super intelligent, but he's a pain in the ass, seriously. But very. I'll give you an example. I mean, when I was sitting in front of the Director General of Sports of India, and this was the transition time when the Indian Hockey Federation was collapsing, and Hockey India was coming in, and so I was the new coach in this transition. I said, "So why did you get rid of Charlesworth?" And he said, "Oh my God!" He's come into my office, and he said, "We've got to get rid of him. Got to get rid of him." He said, "Just put him in the worst places. Don't pay him." He said, "Just make life miserable for him." And I've got,
Is it?
because he turned around and said to the Indians, he said, "Well, it's either my way or the highway."
Mm.
And that's Rick Charlesworth through and through. That's how he played. That's how he lives. But I love him dearly.
Yeah,
So
but that doesn't go over well in India.
Terry. Oh no, Terry Walsh was the same as well. He tried to tell Dr. Butcher that he should handle the finances of the Indian Hockey Association, and he wanted to put a whole bunch of Australians in as development. And I just said, "Now, how did that work out?" You weren't going to last very long then.
We all can laugh
The
about
Indian
it,
way
but
of doing things is, it was serious at the time.
No,
But
absolutely.
you got to laugh about it. I mean, it was very interesting. Unless you understand the Indian culture, you're going to fail miserably quickly. There was a coach, really nice guy, Paul Van Ass. You know him both.
Yeah.
He's coaching the men's team, and the men's team was very well. And I'm watching it on TV, and Paul Van Ass is yelling at the players at half time. And I'm watching all the players, because like 90% of them can't speak English. And he's yelling and screaming at them, and they're all looking away. And I'm going, I don't think he'll last this tournament out. Anyway, the day the tournament finished, he flew back to Holland and never came back. Never resigned, just never came back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it can be a very difficult place to.
absolutely, can be a very difficult place to coach. I was at that